English audio is provided by a text-to-speech software.
こんにちは、ともです。英語は苦手なので、音声読み上げソフトを頼っています。それではどうぞごゆっくり。
In this video, I will explain the media reaction scene that appeared in the final episode of Takopi's Original Sin. Here's more on the scene where several articles written in Japanese briefly appear on screen. So let's get started. This time I will be focusing on these three scenes. Let's take a look back at what happened before this scene. Shizuka travels to Tokyo to meet her father, believing that she will be able to see her beloved dog Chappie again. Shizuka was able to meet her father, but there were two girls she didn't know next to him, and Chappie was not there. Furthermore, Shizuka's father lied and said he didn't know who Shizuka was. Shizuka asks Takopi to give her some tools to investigate, as Chappie may have been eaten by someone. Takopi desperately tries to stop Shizuka, who has begun to think that it is okay to hurt people in order to find Chappie. Shizuka refused to respond to Takopi's persuasion, punched him, and disappeared. Takopi regains his lost memories. His original goal was to kill Shizuka for Marina. Now that his memories have returned, Takopi is confused and doesn't know whether Shizuka is a good person or a bad person, so he consults Azuma. Azuma teaches Takopi that it's natural for people to have both good and bad sides. Azuma decides to face the reality of his life and says goodbye to Takopi. As Takopi waited for Shizuka to return, he continued to think about what he should have done. Takopi continued to wait for Shizuka, and the season changed from summer to winter. Takopi is buried in the snow, patiently waiting for Shizuka. A newspaper article appears over the scene. I'll share some information I was able to glean from the newspaper article shown on the screen. First, the article reports that Shizuka's two children, who were with her father, have gone missing, with their real names and ages included. It then goes on to say that the children had gone to the park to play with their father, and that they disappeared when he took his eyes off them for a few minutes, and that police investigations have revealed information that a suspicious man was seen in a black car. A weekly magazine article is superimposed on top of the newspaper article. I can only read a small portion of the weekly magazine article, but it appears that Shizuka's father spoke to the magazine and that the magazine portrayed him as a tragic father who worries about his children. An online news article was superimposed on top of the weekly magazine article. It reported that the two missing girls have yet to be found, and that new facts have come to light as the investigation progresses. The article stated that security camera footage had confirmed the presence of another girl who was with the two girls, and that this girl is also missing. It also stated that this girl may be connected to the murder of Marina, a girl who was murdered in Hokkaido. The tone of online news articles was critical of Shizuka's parents. The father, in particular, who had gone from being the tragic father whose two children were kidnapped to being bashed by the public as an irresponsible father, was now being criticized. Furthermore, a weekly magazine article is superimposed on top of the online news. The weekly magazine article reveals that although the two missing girls were safely rescued, they are not in a state to talk about the incident, and no information that would lead to a solution has been obtained. It also reveals that the other girl is still missing. The weekly magazine's editorial tone weaves in various speculations, including local rumors, and concludes that the incident is a mystery. Deciphering the news reports inserted as background to the story, we learn that Shizuka kidnapped two children and spent more than 6 months with them. Shizuka said that she was capturing people and examining their stomachs in case someone ate Chappie. We don't know how she spent her time with the two children she kidnapped. It can be assumed that Shizuka survived by using the tools she stole from Takopi. After these news reports appeared on screen, We saw the scene where Shizuka and Takopi were reunited. The cherry blossoms are in bloom. Cherry blossoms in Hokkaido bloom around May. Shizuka has been separated from Takopi for about 10 months. We then watched together as Shizuka and Takopi spent their final moments together. Shizuka punches Takopi. Takopi hugs Shizuka. Takopi cries with Shizuka. Shizuka starts walking with Takopi in her arms. Shizuka and Takopi walk while crying. Shizuka and Takopi walk while crying. Sometimes they walk hand in hand. They cry and sleep together. They take shelter from the rain crying. They share bread while crying. Shizuka is crying while looking at the sea. Takopi remembered his last resort to make Shizuka smile. None of the characters in the story say thank you to Takopi because they have forgotten about him. So, from us who have witnessed the story, we have these words for Takopi. Thank you, Takopi.